If we have to understand macroeconomics, we will need to first understand what is the role and responsibility of government of a country. Once we understand what is the role and responsibilities, duties and obligations of government of a country towards its people, it will become very easy for us to understand as to what is macroeconomics. What is the role, responsibility of government of any country? Remember, the role and responsibility of any government towards its people is to ensure inclusive growth. Inclusive growth. To ensure opportunity, availability of opportunity for everyone to have a good standard of living. It is the responsibility of the government of a country to ensure that there are good educational facilities available for the people. There are good health and hygiene facilities available. There are good health facilities and health care available for the people. So ultimately, please remember, the role and responsibility of the government of a country is like a karta of a family. And this is very important for every one of us to understand, because unfortunately, many people have ruled this country for many years without really knowing as to what their role was, what their responsibility was. And since they did not know, knowingly or unknowingly, as to what their responsibility was, what their obligation was, they obviously have failed in performing them. And since they failed in performing their role and responsibility, that has created huge inequality in the society. That has created, that has kept a major part of the population of this country below the poverty line. And that is not what is expected from any government. So, the role and responsibility of any government, remember, is to ensure inclusive growth, is to ensure opportunities of growth for everybody, is to ensure that the ease of life for the people across the board, is to ensure that there are least of the inequalities. अब ये सब को अचीव करने के लिए एक टूल चाहिए. And what that tool is? That tool, all put together, is known as macroeconomics. That tool is macroeconomics. Now, as far as our syllabus is concerned, what is that we need to understand? We need to understand four things. We need to understand, number one, what is national income accounting. Number two, we need to understand what is fiscal policy. Number three, what we need to understand, what is monetary policy, and how both the fiscal policy and the monetary policy used by the government of the day for achieving the purpose or discharging their responsibility of ensuring inclusive growth. So firstly, we need to understand the national income accounting, fiscal policy, monetary policy, and the fourth thing that we need to understand as part of the syllabus for the evaluation exam, the fourth thing is the trade and the business cycle. So some people call them trade cycle, sometimes people call them business cycle, sometimes you call them economic cycle. So please remember, for our understanding, trade cycle, business cycle and economic cycle are same. And trade cycle, economic cycle or business cycle, please remember, is not merely a graph. It is a very important document that can help a government in deciding its policy, so as to ensure that there is a sustainable economic growth in the economy. So we have understood, number one, what is the purpose and the role and responsibility of a government as far as the management of the economy is concerned. We have understood as to what is macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is a tool in the hands of the government of the day to ensure realization and discharge of its responsibility. So let us look at them one by one. What is national income accounting? Very simple. नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग का मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि पूरे कंट्री की जो इनकम है उसकी अकाउंटिंग इज द नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग. अब सवाल ये है, व्हाई डू वी नीड टू डू द नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग? एंड आंसर टू दैट क्वेश्चन इज, डू यू डू योर ओन इनकम अकाउंटिंग? Do you do income accounting of the company that you work for? And if you do the income accounting of the company that you work for, the question is, why do you do the income accounting of the company that you work for? You do the income accounting of the company that you work for so as to know as to how your company is doing, so as to know how to know is in which direction your company is going, so as to do the policy making of your company. Same is the case for the national income accounting as far as the country is concerned. So you do the national income accounting so as to find out as to how is the economic growth of the country and its different sectors, different sections, and why you want to know the growth of different sections and the sectors. That is because so that you are able to formulate policies in a way that ensures equal distribution of wealth or equality among the people. That is the objective behind national income accounting. Now, the purpose of ascertaining national income, as I said earlier, for analyzing and evaluating the performance. So जो आपकी GDP growth है उससे आपको मालूम पड़ता है कि हाउ इज द GDP और हाउ इज द इकोनॉमी ऑफ द कंट्री बीइंग मैनेज्ड. दैट्स नंबर वन. Knowing the composition and structure of the national income. So the national income accounting you want to do also to find out as to where the income is coming from. So broadly, in case of our economy, there are three sectors: agriculture, industry and the service sector. So in our national income accounting, we come to know how much is the contribution of the service sector, how much is the contribution of the agriculture sector, how much the contribution of the manufacturing sector. And based on that, the government would decide the kind of policies that would ensure a jump in the contribution from all these sectors to the economy. And number three, purpose of ascertaining national income. Number three is income distribution, economic forecasting, and for choosing economic policies and evaluating them. And this is the purpose for which the national income accounting is done. Now let's understand these different components of national income. तो ज़रा इसको समझ के लेते हैं क्योंकि ये थोड़ा कन्फ्यूजन होता है. What is gross national product? How it is different from the net national product? What is gross domestic product and how it is different from the net domestic product? अब देखिए समझ के लीजिए, बहुत सिंपल है. ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट का क्या मतलब है? ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट का मतलब है इनकम अर्नड विद इन द इकोनॉमी ऑफ द कंट्री. दैट इज ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज GDP. It is also known as GDP, gross domestic product, and that is income of the country as a whole, that is GDP, gross domestic product, GDP. If you minus the amount of depreciation from this, it is known as net domestic product. Now you have a GDP, which is gross domestic product. Then you also have gross national product, domestic product, national product. So what is GNP? Now GDP is the income earned by the people within the country. What is GNP? GNP is not only the income earned by the people within the country, but also income earned by the Indians residing outside India. So how will you calculate GNP? You will calculate GNP by taking your GDP and making adjustment in GDP for two things. And what those two things are? Those two things are income earned by Indians outside India. So what you will do? You will add the income earned by Indians outside India and remitted that income to India. You will add that income to GDP. And remember, since you are adding income earned by Indians outside India and that income remitted to India, when you are adding this income to GDP, by default what you also need to do, you need to deduct income earned by foreign nationals in India and which is remitted outside India. So when you do this adjustment to the GDP, it becomes GNP, gross national product. So what is gross national product? Is GDP plus NFIA, and NFIA is the net foreign income from abroad. Net foreign income from abroad, NFIA. So that is your GNP and GDP. सो अगर आप GNP में से ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट में से डेप्रिसिएशन माइनस करेंगे, व्हाट यू गेट इन योर हैंड इज नोन एज नेट नेशनल प्रोडक्ट. GDP में से डेप्रिसिएशन माइनस करेंगे, you will get NDP, net domestic product. So broadly you need to understand the difference between the GDP and GNP, and the difference is NFIA. NFIA is net income earned by the earned abroad, that is your NFIA. Then you got to
डिडक्ट क्या करेंगे, क्या बताया सर आपने GNP के लिए? ऐड तो हमने कर लिया NFIA एंड डिडक्ट.
ओके, अब देखो GDP में, GDP इज द ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट, दैट मीन्स इनकम अर्नड बाय पीपल विद इन द कंट्री. सो दैट टोटल इज GDP. What is GNP? GNP is not only GDP but also income earned by Indians outside India. सो बहुत सारे जो हिंदुस्तानी इंडियंस जो हैं वो बाहर हैं, वो जो इनकम कमाते हैं वहाँ पर और वो इंडिया में भेजते हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो एडेड टू GDP टू अराइव एट द फिगर ऑफ GNP, ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट. अब बाय डिफॉल्ट अगर आप इंडियंस ने जो बाहर इनकम कमाया है उसको GDP को ऐड कर रहे हैं, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट यू ऑल्सो हैव टू डिडक्ट income earned by the foreign nationals in India which is remitted outside India.
Okay, sir.
So you will have to also make that adjustment, and this adjustment is known as NFIA, net foreign income from abroad. So NFIA. So that is your gross national product and the GDP, gross domestic product. Per capita income. So the total income divided by the population is per capita income. Personal income, income of all the individuals in the country is personal income. Personal disposable income, personal income minus the taxes which are paid on that income is your personal disposable income. Real income and nominal income. So what is the real income and the nominal income? Nominal income is what it is, and real income is when you adjust it for the inflation, it is known as real income. When you adjust the nominal income for the inflation, it is known as a real income. Say for example, I'm just giving you a very simple example. The total income of the country is 1 lakh crore, right? 1 lakh crore is the total. I'm just giving a very simple example. 1 lakh crore. Inflation, so 1 lakh crore is the nominal income. Inflation is 5%, and therefore deduct 5% from this 1 lakh crore, and what you get is 95,000 crore. 95,000 crore is your real income. So that is the difference between the nominal income and the real income. Nominal income adjusted for inflation is referred as real income. That is the real income. यानी कि आपने inflation निकाल दिया तो वो real income आपकी होगी. So these are the friends, these are the friends components of national income. Any question on this?